instability, the Iran-Israel conflict, and the geopolitical escalation. If you are an amateur real estate investor or a mid-level corporate executive, your biological brain is panicking. You are hoarding cash. You are pausing your property acquisition. You are suffering from precautionary paralysis. You are waiting for certainty. But in the global financial market, certainty is the most expensive commodity on earth. By the time certainty arrives, the apex operators have already captured the 20% margin, and you are left paying the retail premium. Before I give you the exact macroeconomics blueprint of why Dubai's real estate market and economic infrastructures are completely insulated from regional noise, hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell. I post daily videos showing you exactly how to navigate the global labor and capital market using cold, hard engineering logic. You do not want to miss these architectures. Today, we are stripping away the emotional media narrative. We are going to look at the raw mathematical velocity of global capital migration. I'm going to show you how the UAE government has engineered a structural fortress, why the oil-dependent economy is a myth from 1990s, and why market correlations are not exit signal, they are precise entry algorithm. Grab a notebook, it is time to stop watching the news and start tracking the capital. Welcome back, I'm Doctor. To understand why my approach to the macroeconomic strategy and the UAE real estate market is aggressively different from a standard property broker, you must understand my underlying architecture. I hold a PhD in human resources, a master's in HR, and a bachelor's in computer engineering. I do not look at real estate as brick and mortar. I look at it as a spatial manifestation of capital flow. Operating on the ground here in Dubai since 2010, structuring acquisitions and analyzing global talent migration, I see exactly how high net worth individual HNI behave during a crisis. When regional tension spikes, amateurs sell, apex operators buy. Let us deconstruct the 5 phases of Dubai's economic resilience: the crisis response capability, the diversification matrix, and global capital migration, the psychology of the market correction, and the ultimate proof of the business as usual. Phase 1: crisis response and capability, the fortress algorithms. We must first analyze the physical and political security architecture of the UAE. When geopolitical escalation occurs in broader Middle East, the global media attempts to paint the entire region with a single chaotic brush. This is a catastrophic analytical failure. The UAE does not rely on hope, it relies on highly engineered, multi-layered defense algorithm. During recent regional escalation, the UAE government demonstrated absolute uncompromising proactive action. They operate a highly effective state-of-the-art aerial defense system. But more importantly, they operate a diplomatic and intelligence network that neutralizes threat before they materialize. The psychological baseline. For global capital to flow into the city, the primary requirement is the preservation of human life and physical assets. The UAE has systematically proven its capability to protect both its citizen and its massive expatriate residence base. When you acquire a property in Dubai, you're not just buying a villa in Emirates Hill or a penthouse in Palm Jumeirah. You are buying a highly subsidized premium on absolute physical security. Safety in the UAE is not an accident. It is an engineered product. Phase 2, economic resilience and the diversifying matrix. The second amateur assumption is oil-dependent myth. If you read legacy Western financial analysts, they will tell you that any shock to the global energy supply will destabilize the UAE. They are operating on data that is 20 years out of date. The leadership of the UAE executed the most aggressive, successful macroeconomic pivot in the modern history. Today, over 75% of the UAE's economic activity stems entirely from non-oil sector. Let us look at the real engine of 2026 Dubai economy. 1. Aviation and logistics. Dubai is a geographic fulcrum of the planet. Through Emirates Airline, DP World, and the Jebel Ali port, they control the arteries of the global trade between East and the West. 2. Tourism and hospitality. Even during global economic downturns, the influx of the high-value tourism remains a mathematical constant. 3. Finance and tech. The DIFC, Dubai International Finance Center, and the new sovereign AI data center represent the future of frictionless capital and computational power. 4. Real estate. Property is the ultimate store of value from migrating wealth. This diversification provides a massive structural hedge against regional instability. If the oil market fluctuates due to geopolitical noise, the localized Dubai economy absorbs the shock effortlessly because its core revenue streams are decentralized across global logistics, finance, and human capital migration. Phase 3. Global capital migration, the HNI magnet. Capital is fluid. Capital is terrified of friction, and the capital goes exactly where it is treated best. Despite the geopolitical speculation pushed by the news network, Dubai continues to be the ultimate global magnet for high net worth individuals, apex operators, and institutional family offices. Why are the European billionaires, Silicon Valley tech founders, and Asian industrialists moving their capital towards the Middle East during a time of supposed instability? Because they are running a comparative risk calculation. Europe, they face 45% wealth taxes, crumbling infrastructure, and aggressive regulatory outreach. In North America, they face banking instability, high inflation, and socio-political fragmentation. Then they look at Dubai. They see a 0% personal income tax structure. They see highly stable pro-business political environment that execute 10 years of golden visa for top talent. They see a banking system that is flushed with liquidity. When there is a crisis in the surrounding region, Dubai does not suffer capital flight. It experiences capital concentration. The wealth from the unstable neighboring countries combined with the wealth fleeing heavy taxations in the West pools directly into the Dubai real estate market. The crisis actually accelerates the appreciation of the asset. Phase 4. Investor psychology and market correction. The V-shaped arbitrage. We now transition to the behavioral psychology of the real estate market. If you are operating in Dubai, you are in a high velocity, high growth market. Annual appreciation in prime sectors routine hits 15 to 20%. When geopolitical tension makes headlines, the market occasionally experiences a temporary algorithmic hesitation, a minor correction. This is where you must eradicate what I call the precautionary paralysis, the amateur mindset. The amateur investor sees a 3% dip in transaction volume. They read a scary headline. They freeze. They pull their capital out of the escrow account. They decide to wait and see what happens over the next 6 months. The apex operator mindset. The apex operator understands that in strong global cities with continuous population influx, corrections are never exit signals. They are strategic, highly localized entry points. When the amateur freezes, the developer offers a momentarily incentive, perhaps a DLD fee waiver or a slightly better payment plan. The apex operator sweeps in, signs a contract, and captures the asset as a baseline price. Because the structural fundamentals of the Dubais are unbroken, the recovery is rapid and V-shaped. 3 months later, the geopolitical noise fades. The amateur decides it's finally safe to buy, only to realize the apex operators have already captured a 15% equity margin, and the amateur is now forced to pay the retail prices. Do not wait for a certainty. Certainty is a premium you cannot afford. You can buy the structural math, not the news cycle. Phase 5, the ultimate proof, business as usual. Instead of viewing geopolitical uncertainty as a warning sign, you must focus entirely on the long-term unchangeable fundamentals. Do you want to know the true health of the Dubai real estate and economic market? Do not look at CNN or Bloomberg. Look at the execution of reality. Continuous population growth. The UAE is actively adding hundreds of thousands of new residents. These individuals require housing, schools, and commercial office space. The supply-demand matrix is aggressively tilted toward demand. Infrastructure execution. Look at the expansion of Al Maktoum International Airport. The government is not pausing construction because of a regional conflict. They are deploying billions in capital to build the largest airport on the planet. The traffic and the cranes. The velocity of the traffic on Sheikh Zayed Road and the continuous operation of construction cranes across the skyline are physical manifestation of the capital flow. The ultimate proof of Dubai's enduring market strength is its ability to maintain absolute business as usual. While the rest of the world debates the future, the infrastructure is expanding. The expats are renewing their residencies. The sovereign wealth funds are deploying capital. Look closely at the mechanics of the global wealth. The world will always have geopolitical noise. There will always be a headline designed to trigger your biological fear response. If you allow the media to dictate your financial deployment, you will spend your entire life in a state of precautionary paralysis. You will hold depreciating fiat currency while the apex operator accumulate appreciating hard asset. Dubai is not an oil state. It is not an fragile economy. It is a highly diversified, technologically advanced fortress designed specifically to absorb a global capital during times of crisis. The defense systems are operational, the non oil GDP is scaling, the high net worth individuals are migrating. Stop waiting for certainty, audit the fundamental, execute the acquisition, process the data, execute the strategy, and I'll see you at the top.